You are now watching Koki.
How much does it matter if you don't have a dream or passion? How much does it matter if you don't have a dream or passion? During high school, we worry about what we're gonna do after high school.
For some other kids, we worry more about what school we're getting into, let alone what we're gonna do, what we're studying.
During college, we're comparing ourselves, checking for who's graduating in 4 years. Hello? Anyone else gonna take another year? Anyone else switching degrees? For some, at some point during college, the stress and depression becomes so unbearable that the pain is so persistent and becomes okay. It's like reaching a scuffed nirvana. Bro, this suffering, this pain, I'm at peace with it. It blows my mind how some people can go through all that pain of doing something they hate. I guess it's just because it feels like their end all be all. And I'm speaking for people who don't know what they're doing in college, because there's always people who are like, bro, I live on the other side of the world.
School is my only opportunity. I'm doing this for my family.
Or like,
I enjoy school.
Great, dude. And I actually mean that. Great. Keep it up and I wish you the best. I understand there's so much that goes into it. There's like so many external factors. No one's situation is the same.
And you could be raising a kid. Doctors have told you that your family's gonna end up being.
It's great if school's your thing.
I can at least say for a lot of people around me, kids are autopiloting their way into college because they're procrastinating, trying to figure out what they want to do in life. Does that make sense? Of course it doesn't make sense, but you know a lot of people like that. But yo, Koki, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I don't know what I want to do. I have no dream or passion. I tried thinking about it. Man, who the hell said you need a dream or passion to do anything?
Fuck your dreams and passions.
A dream is a reality that's so out of reach. A passion is like a fire of motivation that could extinguish at any moment.
If you're comparing yourselves to the greatest and biggest thinking they have huge dreams and passions, you're wrong.
They have obsessions. They're obsessed with what they do. It's all they think about. It's the first thing they do when they wake up and the last thing they do. So Koki, I need an obsession? No, not really, not yet. You know, at this point, the advice I want to give you isn't like drink 2 cups of water or 2 cups of apple juice and eat a grapefruit or some BS.
Let's talk about you and your ego first.
People like advice that doesn't criticize them or require too much thinking. But here's the truth. If you think life is about you versus other people, you think it's some PvP multiplayer game, you're wrong. Life is about you versus yourself. It's more of a single player game where the bosses are just different forms of you.
Expectations is your biggest enemy.
Hey, but I have high expectations of myself.
Well, no shit. Who doesn't? They say it like it's a good thing. Fact is, when you're not living up to your own expectations, you might be running away from it. I came to the realization that I was scared of my own ego. I was afraid of it. As much as it picks me up once in a while and gives me confidence, it wasn't afraid to drop me when I didn't live up to it. It will just drop me the moment I disappoint it. Your ego is a great assistant, but terrible leader. I'm giving you this idea of ego and self-made identity first because it's the biggest thing that stops people from doing 2 things. Number 1, trying something new without being scared of failing. And 2, criticizing yourself without hurting yourself.
Doing our best to kill identity.
Nice.
This is me, this is my ego. All the expectations of myself. This is me, this is my ego. All my expectations of myself. This is me, this is my ego. All made up expectations of myself.
Fuck your ego, 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 fuck. Kill that shit, beat it up.
It's unfortunately more simple to say chase your dreams and passions than to say do something.
So why do anything first of all? Let's go back to the idea of school since so many people think it's everything.
I like to think of school as a blueprint, a roadmap that promises you a possibility of something by the end of it. I say possibility because it's never a promise. A lot of people who even find success after school, it's because they did a lot of extracurricular things, built an extensive portfolio to supplement their degree, had real-world experiences. But you can only do those things if you enjoy what you're learning. You might get to a point where even if you feel like it's your end-all be-all, that might not be enough to get you through all that stress and depression you might face.
Finding inspiration.
Cool. Stay inspired. Look around you. If there's nothing around you, you have the internet. Don't be afraid to take up minuscule activities just because they feel little or not worth your time. If I never played Club Penguin when I was 10, I would have never learned how to use Windows Movie Maker to make Club Penguin tutorials. No one watched them, but obviously those editing skills have become quite useful in my day-to-day. If I never got into clothing, fashion, whatever, just for myself, I would have never cared to talk about it with you guys. I forgot where I saw this quote, but someone once said, if you have a phone and internet, you can do anything.
You can make videos with this. You can make music with this. You can make money with this. You could start an entire company with this.
The biggest limiting factor to this is your imagination. No, it's not because you don't have the latest iPhone, not because you don't have the greatest camera. This quote probably came out when like the iPhone 6 came out. That's another thing, like so many bad excuses like that. Step 0 is realizing you're not doing anything. Step 1 is doing something.
If you want, take your time.
Next time when you tell yourself you have no dreams or passions, ask yourself, does it matter? Does it matter?